Hello, I am Chastity Knight. Today I have joining with me is Mr. John Clubb, and we're going to talk about the Million Man March that happened October 16th in 1995. So, in the march, it was inspired and led by Minister Louis Farrakhan, and it was a gathering of black men from all over Washington, D.C., from in between the mall and Capitol. For starters, could you tell us what the experience was like for you?
I attended the march with my son.
Okay.
I must say that I've never been or experienced a situation where you had that many black men gather together with no alcohol, no drugs, no fighting, for a common goal to listen to various speakers and to come up with an agenda as to how black men could further the purposes of the gathering and come up with some united ideas.
Okay. So you said that it wasn't like any violence, so it was definitely true that no arrest was made and no rioting happened in the mall at all, no looting and rioting.
No, there was not. There was no hostilities. There was no fighting. There was no drugs or drinking. Black men, for once, came together with a united purpose. And in fact, something that was very unique, in order to pay for some of the issues regarding the mall, maybe the cleaning up of the mall and like, they passed buckets throughout the crowd, and people put money into the buckets. There was nothing like, you put some money in, you take some money out.
Okay.
But no, I mean, it was just so unique that black men for once could come together with a common purpose and be so jointed in their purpose.
Okay. So it's said that the march was to make amends and for young men and older men to take on responsibility within their community, and it was like a right for justice for everyone to come together, but it was mainly black men.
Correct. I'm not saying that there couldn't have been some white, Asian, or other men in the crowd, but this was, for once, an opportunity for black men themselves to actually come together, establish an agenda, and make the common goals well known to the rest of the world. You had people coming throughout the country for this march, and there were just, I mean, it was such a common goal and a brotherhood among the black men. Their sons, their uncles, their fathers, and alike came together, and it was a really very deep experience, because you could feel how everybody had a common purpose. We're going to see how we can look forward to being better in our purpose and establishing goals for black men.
So there was a belief that Congress was shut down that day, and also a lot of workers had came out of work to join the march or didn't go. At the time, did you have a job where you're not present at work? Did you call out, or did your job close down for the day?
It was a situation where what the federal workers did was they took the time off to join the march. I took time off from work. There was a great deal of leniency on being able to attend. And people took off time from work, whether they had leave or whether they didn't. Because the purpose of the march was so deep, and that everyone wanted to be a part of it. And as a matter of fact, yes, it did close down on a great portion of the city because the purpose was the march. It was about the march.
Okay. And children were not present at school?
I don't recall whether they closed down the schools conducive to having schools open. I don't say that the march interfered in any way with schools or with jobs, but the purpose was for the march.
Because of what we now see in today's world with the whole Freddie Gray, the Baltimore rioting, comparing from what happened in 1995 to now, how do you feel like the march made a change into society? Like, you know, like the whole purpose of it. Did it change you? Did it change life afterwards? Like, how do you think it made a great like impact on people's lives for having like directing this whole come together of Black men as one?
Well, what it did was it showed the world that Black men could come together with a common purpose in a peaceful manner and have a common goal. Never before have we ever seen, or have I ever seen, that many of any men together for any common goal. As for what happened recently in Baltimore, in order to change a system, you've got to change a system from within. And a lot of what happened in Baltimore, I'm not from Baltimore, I'm actually from Washington, D.C.
Okay.
A lot of what happened in Baltimore was mainly for opportunity. It served absolutely no purpose. They gave people the impression that people of color could only do violent things and burn.
People, like, comments from then are saying how this coming together, like how you stated, like you didn't think that so many Black men could come together in a positive way. And the thing is, they call it like, this is like a miracle march, like a glimpse of heaven. And Minister Farrakhan gave out a speech